Hello and welcome to Baduk 1 channel, and welcome to continuation of path from 10q to first dan. And this is episode 5. I'm playing white and I played Nirensei, and my opponent played Sunrensei. And now let me show you this kind of attachment as a move that you may consider in order to invade Sunrensei. Normally black has two options: to hane from this side or hane from this side, and both options are okay for white, because white will get life inside the corner, and we can see that if white would invade 3-3 directly, then black would build a wall towards right side, and now black is building a wall towards the bottom side, which is kind of not working well with Sunrensei idea. And now since he chose this Joseki, white may get Ponuki in Sente on the right side, which is really big, and it will be very difficult for black to use his stone at f10, at p10, sorry. Yes. And now, okay, I will extend here to make my shape more thick. And now locally I think black should, instead of attacking me, black should play some move around q6, but he decided to press, and okay, let me show you another thing that you may consider in this particular shape. If we cut this way, and if black will atari this stone, then we have several options. Okay, so he decided to play this way, and now let me think. I will extend. Aha, and he finally captured these stones. I will show you in the review Aji about these two stones. But now this position is super strong for white. And again black chose bottom side, which is not really important because white's thickness is facing right side, and white is happy to play a move here. Actually white could play any move between these two black stones, but I want to play a move that has an impact towards the corner as well. Okay, now my opponent, he didn't answer. Then I will just play double approach. And this is normal to kick and then to attach, but he decided to hane. Then I will hane as well to kind of enclose him inside. And what should I do now? Okay, let's test this one. Now he plays this move. Then I will hane, and he may hane as well. Oh, but he decided to cut. I'm not sure if it is a good idea, because I can extend here. And now if he will protect, then I will just atari this stone, and now two black stones are captured. Yes, this forcing move also black may play q4. It is also a forcing move, but he decided to connect to his one stone. And now I will play this peep in order to make my my three stones stronger. Black should simply protect, I mean connect here. Nothing difficult. Okay, while my opponent is thinking, let's consider bottom side. On the bottom side, black has pretty good shape with a lot of points, and really thick. White cannot really reduce anyhow this particular part. And also, white didn't answer this approach, so black may also consider a double approach later. We can see that there are 3 spaces between these 2 stones and also 3 spaces between these 2 stones. This stone is on the 4th line, meaning that white may try to attach, for example, from the bottom at J17 and try to leave. Okay, finally my opponent answered, and now what to do? I will continue kind of blocking his group because it is still not alive. Okay, he decided to play here. Then I will Atari. He connects. Then I will also connect. And actually this exchange is not good for black because it only made white stronger. Here, in order to block black, I may Atari and then extend. And my group will be very thick. It is actually already very thick, but if I will connect, then black will go out to top side, and I don't really want this to happen. So I will just extend here, and now we can see that black group is blocked towards this direction. Yes, so black invaded, and now since I have a wall already here, I will play this move in order to make black heavier. But he decided to play this move again. Actually, right now this is not a problem for me, because I get this move. And we kind of exchanged, because still my group is super thick, and he cannot attack it. I mean, it is super thick. But now, because he missed this move at f4, I already captured these 2 stones, but 2 stones is only 4 points. But the problem here is that white corner is too strong now. And here I will probably... Let's think what to do. Oh, I think I will pass locally and I will play Tenuki, just to enlarge my corner area. And he decided to play this move. Well, actually he could consider double approach instead, because... Okay, so he decided to cut. Then I can still live inside, like this. I am giving him a thick shape on the outside. Okay, I will extend one more time even. He may play Atari and capture 1 stone. Okay, but he decided not to play. Then I will play this Hane, because if I would just make a living shape inside, then he could jump in c13 And since he already is too strong on the bottom side, I do not want to give him opportunity to expand his thickness, because later it will be more difficult for me to invade. So this is why I'm ready to sacrifice one stone. Actually, not only one stone, here is a trick part, because black may play Atari here. When white will connect, black will descend, white will Hane, and then black may play empty triangle. And if white will connect here, then black may play here, so white cannot Atari from this side. And if white will try to play from A16, then black may throw in this stone, meaning that white 3 stones or even more would be dead. Okay, but he decided, maybe he didn't see this variation, but okay. Now I can connect here, because I have monkey jump later as well. And I think a good direction for black is to play something on the left side. Because top left corner looks pretty big for white, so as black I would like to reduce it somehow, probably by attaching at least, or I don't know, something. I feel that black should try something to reduce this. This move I'm not sure that black needs to play, because this stone, yes, now he is creating actually a weak group inside white's thick area. And the white corner is already alive. White doesn't need to add a move here. Then I will simply play here, and now my corner became even bigger, and I can just jump also towards the center. And first of all, black still has a weak group. I will even connect here, so I'm super thick and ready to cut later. Aha, but my opponent, he played solidly as well. Then I will damage his shape. Now I'm threatening to cut, so he should connect with empty triangle, and his shape is kind of heavy. And now, once he will connect, I will probably block from this side, and then he would be forced to jump towards the center, and I will also continue jumping towards the center. And my group is also not yet settled, but jumping here will give me stones to reduce black's moy on the bottom side. And also I'm playing this way because I have pretty thick already structure here, and I have this Ponuki as well. So kind of maybe they're a bit far, these thicknesses from this group, but I feel like it is okay. Aha, so he decided to play this one. Then what to do? Okay, but when I can play this move, and black cannot capture this stone because I will cut out his free stones. Okay, but he played this. Then I will Atari, and now I can Atari again. But I will save this move for later, and first of all I will put pressure on free stones that he let me to cut. I will extend here as well, so my corner became super solid. Lot of points. And black still has to take care about his group. And then I believe we will have a ko. If I will play this Atari, he can extend, then I will block. And if he will connect, then I will take his eyes. Meaning that he would have to build an eye, and then I will capture. He has some local cofrets around here. Also this cofret is pretty big. But anyway, interesting. I did not expect that he will play this, he will let me to cut out his stones. I think this result is pretty bad for black, because first of all this group on the left is not yet alive, it is a ko. And then second, his group on the outside is very weak. So I think black created problems for himself with this, with capturing this one stone. Instead, he should connect at c12, I think. Shusaku style move. I think my opponent is saying that he is kind of attacking everything, my top group, etc. But I can simply play this move, and we will see what will happen. But it is really nice idea, and really brave and smart looking move. Okay, maybe not smart looking move, but I mean kind of wow. Kind of ear-reddening move, but black has too many problems here, no, on the left side. And also this stone is a bit far from these four stones. And it is actually far from everywhere, from this stone, and from this weak group, and from strong group on the top. But this way black is actually making white stronger locally. If he was considering to attack my group, then attaching here, and I'm not sure about this technique, because white became stronger now. And oh, but what is this? Oh, this white group is totally alive. This white group is also alive. This white group became stronger. Corner is alive. Then I'm not sure why is he connecting. He should try to connect with these four stones, not with these stones. So let me try this one. This move, I mean, in general, this idea, it looked like wow. But then he played this safety move, which is logical, because probably black was afraid that he is far away from all his stones, and if he will connect in the center, then still his stones won't have two eyes. But also my group here can be attacked. For example, if black will connect here at c12, that will automatically mean that there is no ko, and the white group is weak. So now we will see. I'm actually testing black's reaction with this move, because if he will hane and I will extend, and he will push and I will extend, it won't be good for black. Okay, so he decided to play this move, but then I can cut, and the problem is that I can either get a this stone, or if black will go out, then I may play Atari here and then capture these two stones. Yes, so now, okay, sorry, well, probably I cannot get that because he can Atari, but I can simply ladder him. When he plays here, then I will play here, and I will play another hane. So I'm kind of cutting out his stones, and here I can simply play this move, and now black stones are actually dead, and he cannot go out because still it is a ladder. So this was a big mistake by black. Actually, this move is not a problem for white. White has a lot of space, so probably first I will jump. I do not want to start this call right now because it is kind of meaningless. Black has a lot of local cofrets here, so I do not need to play there. Okay, let me evaluate position again. I think I will just capture here to eliminate all cofrets, and I mean, actually it was only one cofret I would capture, but he could continue running out with a ladder, and it could give him maybe a couple more cofrets. But I must admit that my opponent is trying really hard, and okay, I just wanted to tell good things about him, that he is not resigning, but he resigned. Okay, 1 minute please. Okay, let's have a review now, and in this game I played white and my opponent played Sunrise A, and then I just decided to show you this beautiful move that you may consider playing against this formation. And the idea here is that if black will block from this side, then white can kind of seek the base on the right side, something like this, or maybe even something like this is possible. Still, black, I mean white may play something, may try this move or something else. Or if black will block from this side, then white gets white is settled in the corner, and this shape is a little bit different shape. For example, if we simply invade, then black may play more thick group. I mean, black may build a more thick shape outside, and there's a bit difference here, small difference, but it is important. Plus, it is one line higher. Here it is line 4, and here it is 1 and 3 stones were on line 5. Also, but what actually the result that happened in our game, I'm not sure it is good for black, because Again, if white simply invades, then black doesn't want to block here. Black wants to block here and make a wall working well with P10 stone. But in our game, my opponent decided towards this direction, and then he gave me Ponuki, and then I extended. So he played this, and I just decided to show you Aji with this one stone. Actually, this is Aji with these two stones. So how does it work? If black, for example, will extend here, stating that he captured my one stone, then I may extend here. And if he will play greedily from this side, from inside, then white pushes here, and we can see that black cannot play this because of this Atari. And black will play probably something like this. Then white can even attach here, and black cannot cut for the same reason, because it will be Atari, and then black will be forced to play this move. Then again white may attach here, and again black cannot cut because it is Atari. So probably black may cut here, but then what to do? Then white can play Atari, and then Atari again, and we can see that these stones in the corner are captured. So white connected his weak looking group with this group, and black got some thickness on the outside in this particular variation, but white's gain is huge. So this was the Aji behind my probing move at 016. This move, 015, sorry. So in the game, my opponent he realized this, so he played this move. And now if I will play same, we can see that my opponent may block at 4, and white cannot do anything. White 4 stones are dead. So because of this, I decided to extend, to test him again, because if he would play greedily, for example from here, then I would play probably here, and if again he would miss something, then I still can play this move. Okay, let's see what if he will play here. Then first I will play this move to threaten to capture his 2 stones in ladder. Then he may play here. Then I will probably play this. He will Atari, I will connect. He will protect the cut somehow. And then let's see what happens. If I go here, he goes here. Then I play Atari, he connects, and then I capture. So still Aji is working. And my opponent, he captured these 2 stones immediately, because he realized that there is an Aji. But then white got pretty good shape. This kind of Ponuki, it is super powerful shape now. And I'm not sure that black needed to play on the bottom side. Bottom side is of course big, but actually since white's thickness is facing towards the right side, I think black wants to play something here. Black doesn't really like this move, because there are more big moves on the board, but it is kind of urgent move. So it is my opinion. I mean, I'm explaining that since white is super thick here, white would want somehow to use his thickness, and most logical for white will be to separate P10 stone and attack it. So my opponent played here, when I played this. I could actually play something more straightforward, for example this way. Then I don't know, black would jump probably, and I would also jump, he would jump, and then I may switch to approach the corner. Since my group is totally alive already and it is always thick, then I may Tenuki now locally and play something else, and later even come back and attack these stones. But I decided to play more soft. This kind of move is tough. It is severe, we can say. But I decided to play more normal, calm move, and it is slightly attacking p10, but it is kind of normal approach of the corner. And when my opponent, he ignored this move and he approached another corner. And I decided to double approach, because since black already has this stone at t16, sorry, if white will answer here, black is sente, because black already has this extension, and black may consider something like, let me think. I want to play here, and it looks like a book variation, but it only looks like a book variation, because actually stone 1, stone p10 is really weak, and playing this way, I'm not sure that it is a good idea here, because white can attack in this fashion, for example. Oh, sorry. Not 11, not here, but just here. So black may also try something like this, but then white may get the thickness. This is kind of a middle game Joseki. But then I'm not sure if it is a good idea for white to connect with a tiger's mouth, because what if black will cut? We can see that this ladder is not working. Because this is Atari. Ah, sorry, this ladder is working, because this is also Atari, and yes, this is a reverse ladder. So white cannot actually, black cannot actually cut, because white can capture. Yes, white can capture. Then okay, move 22 is impossible, meaning that white shape is connected. However, black may play this kind of move. So maybe white should simply connect solidly like this. And then maybe black can jump, or maybe first can attack this weak point. But here problem is that white may consider a counterattack. Then black can still jump, and then play this and this. Looks playable for black. Black got corner, and black is running away with his weak stones, weak group. And since black has only one weak group on the board, I think it is acceptable. However, I do not like that black doesn't have potential, since white blocked him at 15-19. I do not like that black's points are only inside the corner here, and white can continue attacking and increasing his influence on the top side, even like this. And then on some point black would decide to invade. Okay, let's come back to the game. So my opponent played here, and then this move. I expected that he will play this move. When I play here, he plays here. I play here, he connects. I play here, he plays here. When he may play here and black may cut, it is a bit complicated variation. I saw it in Guzihao games. Guzihao is my favorite player, Chinese player who won last Samsung Cup, young guy. And I think Shin Chin-so, Korean prodigy, he also played this this kind of variation. So I expected, since my opponent kicked at o3, I thought that he will attach here. And yes, but he played this move, and when I hane, he connected. And then I thought, how can I block? If I will block in this way, actually this is kind of honte move here. White shape is really nice, and black also needs to add the move to live inside. For example, here, when I can play here, he will extend, and black is alive, and white can come back to attack this lonely stone at b10, something like that. But then I thought, okay, maybe I can attack the whole side, because black still cannot cut, because ladder is working for white. So I decided, why not? And then he attaches, I play hane. Actually here I thought he will play this move. And now if white plays here, then black plays atari, and black will connect. Black already gets 5-7 that are pretty thick, and if white will play here, then black may still hane here. And later if white will tenuki, I mean this particular hane is big because black can later move out these stones and white cannot cut. Because then it will be a ladder. This one that is running towards J16. It is J16, not T16, sorry. Actually, I don't think there is T, so it is J, okay. Then what else to tell you? I'm just sitting 2 meters away from the screen. This is why I confuse letters. But I press right click so you can see exact coordinates. Then but in the game he decided to cut, and I think this cut is an overplay. Black should play just this move, and then I would play here, he would connect, and if I come back just to add any move, black already, because he has a stone at 04, this move number 3, he can already cut, because we can see that this is already not a ladder, it is atari here. So, meaning that white shape outside should be fixed. Black may even play this move to make white heavier, and white cannot, I believe white cannot play at 8, because black can play here, and white, to me white looks totally dead here. So probably white needs to, if he wants to save his stones, then I'm not sure how to save them. I mean, white can of course run, but when black will connect and white shape is really bad. So I expected something like this, that he will play free and then I will protect the cut, for example here. And then he will have forcing moves, and I will cut. So this was my reading, and then he can still attack this group, because he has a really thick position. For example, something like this. Okay, but my opponent, he decided to cut, and now if he will save this stone, then I will simply break through, and his corner will be damaged, and not only damaged, but I believe it is already dead this way. So he connected, and then I just captured this one stone. If I would play here, I'm not sure. I think it is okay for white to capture without complications. And then I play here to threaten to cut him, because I didn't... what if I cut directly? If I cut here, then pam 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 pam. First of all, black has this move and white has to answer. And then if black plays this way and cuts, then white is kind of in trouble. So I decided not to cut. It looked an overplay to me. I decided to peep instead when he connected, and still there is a cutting point. I mean, later if white will tenuki and play something else, black can also always play this move and play this move, and then even play the same move here, and then kind of attacking white really severely. So I was thinking, how can I strengthen my group without adding this move? Oh, sorry. Yes, I was thinking, how can I become stronger? How can I fix my weakness without playing this move? I was looking for an alternative. And when I decided just to play Keima, it is kind of also attacking move. And now if black will play all the same, we can see that this move doesn't really block white. Since white already has this stone at m8, white can actually go out. And we must keep in mind that black group inside the corner is not yet settled. Plus, black got another weak group outside. So this is why I played m8. I thought it is a good move, because black cannot lock me in. And if he will try, then my group will split his two weak groups. This move was interesting idea, however I expected that my opponent will play something like this. And if I will connect, then it is obvious that he can... I'm not sure what he can do. If he will Atari, then I will Atari. He will extend, then I will extend. And actually I'm not sure if it is good for black. Because, for example, if I will make 6 and he will decide to kill, then I will cut. He will extend, I will extend. He will jump, and then I will continue taking his liberties. But then he can jump out. So maybe he can kill this way. But anyway, I just wanted to show you this Aji with this Atari if he will play 1. White doesn't want to come back here, because then black can play this kind of move. And then this will be Atari. And if white will protect, then black can play even this double Atari. White can capture 2 stones, but black can also capture 2 stones. So actually I thought this is idea behind the move that my opponent played at n5. But when he connected solidly, I was surprised, because then this is doing nothing, only making white stronger. So let's come back. Black, I'm not sure that he needs to play here. I mean, as black I would probably play this move, then try to settle inside. But I think best way is just to play this extension. It is actually already solving problems for black, because black is behind really, because he played this cut, and then he played this move, this wedge, and white became stronger, and now black is kind of reducing white, which is okay, but I believe I can still play here. I think this would be most severe move, because black of course can play here and then can play here and then make a base on the top side, but white can play this move and then cut, and we can see that actually black is not yet alive inside. I'm not sure how to kill. Probably, what if play this move and then play here? Obviously, if black will play this, then black doesn't have enough space inside. Even if he throws in... Oh, sorry. So now it is even white's turn. No, it should be... Yes, because of Atari. Then black should consider to cut, and then white can play this move. Then can start reducing liberties. If black plays here, white can push, and black has to protect this. Then what to do? Maybe this move. But then it may be Seki. If black plays here. Or maybe not even Seki, because white cannot block liberty at S4 because of Agi of Vistos. So, meaning that black can play here, and if white will block, then this will be Atari and white will die. And if white will come back here, then black can simply play this. And black is alive. Then what to do? Maybe play this move and then play here, but this also looks it also looks not dead to me. He plays here to avoid I against no I. Then white will push, black will connect, white will push, and no, but this is alive. Black is alive. Okay. So I do not see a way how to kill with this move. And probably there is no way to kill. What if I play here and he will play here? I will extend, he will play here, I will throw in, he will play here. I will Atari, he will connect, but then still he is alive because I have to come back. So because of this Agi, black is alive. Meaning that instead of cutting here directly, I would simply play another move inside, something like this, and push black from towards the outside, towards my thick wall here. So black would play something like this, then I would play something like this, and black still has problems. So, okay. But I decided that white is already kind of good, because this is a thick shape outside, and white captured these stones, so white is alive, and black has no points on the top right. And initially it was a moyo for black, but moyo shifted to bottom side. But I'm not concerned about bottom side right now, because black group is still not alive. And then I decided in the game, I decided to play softly, and here I could connect, but if I would connect, he will play here. And then I can still press him down. This is also actually playable for white. Something like this. This is still playable for white. Maybe it is even better idea that I played in the game. But I decided to show you this kind of stuff, that I'm building a thick wall towards the top side, and when black invaded and I kicked, and if he extends, then I probably attack him somehow, for example here, and if he plays this move, I think I can try to cut here, because if he will connect, I will connect, and then we can see that ladder is working for white. Okay, kind of complicated review, but it was kind of complicated game, and my opponent, he played interesting moves, but then, for example, here I do not like that he ignored this kick, and now, I mean, he was afraid that white will get Moyo on the top side, but it is not a problem for white to give up top side and exchange for this stone. And now we can see that corner became too big, and this group is still thick, meaning that black cannot attack it effectively. I mean, black cannot spend one move and kind of kill this group. Black cannot even play this gamer, because white can push and cut, because there is a stone, and black cannot capture because it will be Atari. Then he will come here and then I will play, meaning that white will cut this stone at gamer. And black has to play only like this, and this is kind of slow. White doesn't have to react right now because there are no black stones around the center, so kind of yes, it is normally we would like to add a move here to kind of assure that we have more living opportunities. But then I didn't like that my opponent may play this, excuse me, then peep here, and then can try to live inside somehow. Maybe not live inside, but maybe get this Ponuki in center. So I didn't want him to use Agi of 2 dead stones. And I took a risk locally. I didn't defend my group, and then I just played this move. So I'm explaining you reasoning why did I add this move. Normally I should spend the move somewhere in the center, something like that. But since my group is kind of thick and I have Ponuki here, and there are no black stones nearby, I can actually Tenuki here. I decided to Tenuki. And then my opponent played this move, but I think for black it is okay to play double approach. Double approach is fine. And actually even jumping here is fine. This jump is already kind of saying that white should reinforce somehow. For example, I'm not sure what to play here for white, but maybe play this move. I mean, if black will play this move and white will Tenuki, then black may get many forcing moves here. White will probably escape, because white is thick outside, so white can actually fight with stone number 5. But escape will be directed, and black will get some forcing moves and direct white towards the area that is beneficial for black. Okay, he decided to attach and cut. This is okay, but here I can Atari and Atari. And then in the game I didn't like that if I will settle immediately, then he will play this block. And it is kind of big. I didn't want to give him this kind of shape. because with this block, left side becomes kind of really small for white. White cannot get many points on the left now, because if white will play something like that, then we should keep in mind that there is still some edge inside the corner, and black may attach here, and then black can double Hane from behind. And on some point, if white will play greedily, then black may try to live inside. However, this particular variation is not working for black, but white actually could, black could find something else. So again, 1, 2, maybe even simply cut is okay. Just to create some kind of edge here. Probably white will simply extend, and then even after this continuation, black still cannot live inside the corner, but what can black get? Black can Atari here, and what? And cut? I'm not sure. I'm not sure how to play here. Maybe black should attach here, and if white will play something like this, then try to play something like that. But anyway, I felt that there is some edge still, and because of that corner edge, I thought that black can reduce later, and this is the reason why I decided to extend here. And actually, if I extend here, then black may play Atari, descend, and this empty triangle. And now, even if white will play this Atari, white cannot capture from this side because of this stone. Then white will Atari and black will play here. And white cannot capture from this side, excuse me, because then black will simply play here. And it is Damezumari situation. This local position is usually used in Hametes, in corner trick plays. This kind of Damezumari with move number 5. And yes, white can start a co-fight here, like play this and then here. But this ko is kind of flower ko for black. If he will lose this ko, he loses only stones that were not really important. But if white will lose this, black's gain is pretty big. So, for example, as a ko threat, black could play here, and if white captures, then black can jump here, and now black is alive inside, meaning that white will have to come locally at some point to protect the cut around here. More easy option is to capture one stone, something like that. So I thought about something like this, because now already white has stones at 8 and 10, and these stones give more chances for white to get more points on the left side. But my opponent, he played Atari because he felt, I think he suspected something complicated, and he just played safety first. But even if he did not read very far, he could simply extend here. And if white will continue pushing from the second line, it is always good for black, because his bottom moyo is kind of becoming stronger. So he should push here at once. And since it is not recommended for white to play this kind of moves, then I would simply come back and settle. Then black can play something on the here. But in our game he played this move, and then I played Hane. Because even if he plays all this stuff, even if he sees this Tesuji, white can play this Atari. and white can play always this move in center later. Meaning that I can play here, and now because of this agi to capture black later, black cannot really erase bottom side effectively. Black can probably push here, and then I think on some point I would try something like this. Okay. This move, we play this move only when we imagine that we push and our opponent plays here, when we play here, when our opponent plays here, and we do not like this. And then we play kind of limiting move. But in this particular case, my opponent, he played this clamp, and then he played this move. And actually, since white is already, even after cut, white is alive inside the corner, it is not a big deal for white to let him be cutted. And here black thought that white will connect and black will play something like this, and white probably will need to answer somehow to protect corner agi. Well, actually, it is a good plan for black, because he's kind of solid on the bottom and he decided to invade my left side. So if he thought this way, then it is kind of interesting idea. But in our game, I did not need to connect, because I'm already alive, and since I'm already thick all over the center, I can allow myself kind of build one more weak group inside in the center, which is okay. And then I reinforce my corner again, and also attack my opponent, and he plays Kosumi, and then I play this move that protects my shape, because if I will play something from here, then my opponent and my opponent will get this move, then this move is kind of really painful for white. So I didn't want to get this. To miss this move from black, because actually with this move black is also expanding his moe on the bottom side. So I decided to play here solidly. I could also play far, but then I thought I do not want complications, something like this. I'm not sure about particular situation, but I didn't want him to enclose a larger area. I mean locally. I'm speaking about the shape now, not about overall position, but about the shape. So shape-wise, I made a decision to play solidly, slow and solidly. Then my opponent played this move, and I protected here. Because if I do not protect, if I play elsewhere, for example, if I will jump one more time, he will play here and then he will throw in. And then if I will connect, then he can actually destroy my corner, and he can still, since he always may play this move, and then get some moves in center. For example, even this move is center, because now stones 3-5, these 3 stones of white has to escape, and then on some point we can see that black took white's corner, and white still needs to add the move to live with this group on the top side. But of course it is not for free. White got these stones in return, but I think still a variation to show. Okay. And here I expected my opponent simply to connect, and then I would block, he would jump, I would jump, he would jump, I would jump. I expected something like this. And then I thought that if he will try to capture my group, then since his group is also weak, that I can break through, and since I have thickness outside in both on the top and on the bottom of the right side, then I can actually fight. And my opponent, he played, I think it is a mistake, because at this point he can connect, yes, and I cannot cut because he will capture one stone. Meaning that I would play this move and he would need to come back and connect in this way. And probably locally this is a little bit better for black, because black got this stone at 1, putting more pressure on my stones. So I would play here, and black can afford to jump far. But he allowed me to cut himself, and when I block here, he jumps, and when I extend, and he plays Shusaku move. I have to make a screenshot of this move. And then let me show you, I could play Atari here anytime, and if black will connect, then black is dead. What black could do is to extend here, and when white blocks, black could play here, and then we start the co-fight. So this is why I was not sure about. I mean that this is why, because of this Agi, I can state that black made a big mistake over here. He should connect instead. And since I always have this Agi inside my pocket, or in my pocket, then I can come back and just in order to avoid some complications with my top group, I just added a move here, and when my opponent he decided to attack it fiercely, but it is a bad style. We do not want to attach our opponent's group until it is not totally surrounded. And now we can see that black gave me this shape. And now I finally realize that he didn't play here because he was afraid that I can run out. I mean, he thought that he is attacking me severely. But actually, the move that he played here, it leaves behind these 4 stones, and since white is pretty much strong in upper left, and this shape is also very strong, white is not under attack. White would be under attack if at least black would have a strong group here instead of weak group. But so this is kind of mistake in positional judgment. Black thought that he is attacking me, but actually he is pushing me towards his weak stones. And then here obviously if black will play here, then white can Atari and capture these 2 stones. But I think this is better for black, because now black may play here, and white is kind of forced to start this call. So why not? Why not sacrifice 2 stone and block central area and then start the call? Black has many local co-threats here, and this is pretty big. I mean, if white will connect and black will capture, then white can capture 3 stones. But white doesn't even need to capture anything. White is already connected. But I mean, now whole white corner is dead, so it is pretty big. And unfortunately in our game, instead of getting this nice shape, my opponent, he played here and he missed ladder. And I believe my opponent thought that I will play ladder immediately and that it will go towards this Atari. But actually I can extend one more time. and direct it one line above. Yes, and here it doesn't work, so I decided to reinforce my group one more time, because these black stones are already dead. And then he protected this cut, but actually this cut is not a big deal. I mean, it is already kind of game over for black. If black wants to play more effective, I think he should play something like this, and then somehow, I'm not even sure, maybe play here, try to make more points on the bottom side. But this loss in the center is so big that I'm not sure that it would be enough for black, because even here white still has this monkey jump, and white can try something else, some other techniques to reduce bottom side. Okay, I think it is enough for this video. Thank you very much for attention and see you next time. Bye bye.